Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to game number 1 between Durotan's Couch and House of Chez. We are on some sort of map. I'm not really sure which one it is. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see things happening in 2 lanes.
You know, maybe a 2-lane map like Dragonshire. Something like that.
I don't think Dragonshire counts as a 2-lane map. There is definitely a 3rd lane.
It's a 2-point map. Maybe I should have said. 2-point map. There we go. That works better.
I now just realized that your team basically is like, just ignore the mid lane, push bottom. You may get behind experience, but you kill their core.
I mean, that's the objective of the game, right?
It's
Kill
juice
core,
pirates
win
just
game.
without the juice. Anyway, for those of you that don't know and can't read the stream title, I am joined by BornToShine. Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
We do have Garrosh being banned out first and foremost. Kind of a weird ban. I mean, obviously it's targeted, but because I'm not that scared of him. Stukov much more meta.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see too much Garrosh anymore, so I would assume that's a targeted ban, you know, from some scouting. Dukov definitely first pick, first ban material here.
I do feel like, and actually, I do feel like after the adjustment to Rhaegar, we have like 5 top tier healers at this point, so it's just like, just ban some of them.
I mean, Rhaegar I think is still strong even with the changes, and there we see the Rhaegar ban.
Holy crap, and here we have Captain going absolutely nuts. Captain just dumped 10 gift subs into my channel. Wow.
Super generous, as always.
I don't have words. Goth people do not deal with appreciation very well.
Change is upon us.
All right, first pick Dahaka here. We saw the Joe ban coming out. Yeah. I mean, globals are helpful on Braxis, you know, being able to pop into the other lane super quick and turn a skirmish for a point into a 4v5. So I can definitely see the logic there.
And Dahaka has gotten better at 1v1ing. It used to be that you took Dahaka sort of planning to soak but not win, but he actually can win against some heroes. Obviously, I would just go Rexar and wreck him, but you know.
I don't know. I like Dahaka. I think he's fun, and I think he can bring a lot of utility in team fights.
Oh, he absolutely can. Rexar does struggle in team fights. Rexar's like, I own this location. He's basically like Sergeant Hammer, but a little less niche.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you could throw out Boars for some CC, but kind of like you said, he's in a little bit of a weird spot in a team fight, I think. ETC and Chromie coming out now with the Dahaka.
Ironically enough, the best Rexars are the ones that get to play with Garrosh, because Garrosh is just like, Misha, go stun! And then Misha gets thrown forward and is like, ah!
Throw the bear! Throw the bear! I do love some of the fun Garrosh interactions like that one.
So we do have ETC coming out. Oh! I just noticed they're backwards. They are backwards. It's totally not my fault for having the teams. I can't be at fault.
Not only are we playing on Braxis, but we banned Brightwing. Doubly upsetting.
That is interesting. Do we really think they would have gone double global?
I mean, if they go stage dive ETC, this could already be, you know, a double global comp on the side of Durotan's Couch. A little bit of a healer choke here. Stukov, Brightwing, Rhaegar, Anduin.
And what is really weird about that is it's a healer choke when neither team has taken a healer yet.
And both teams have each banned out 2 healers, so I'll be interested to see what we end up with here. Deckard's still on the table, you know, he's fairly strong.
So I'm guessing have Arthas going up against Dahaka? So offlane Arthas coming out?
And I would assume that's going to be, I would think Syndragosa turn off the structures and help with the Zerg wave push.
Which does make you question, who's going to be... I guess Azmodan goes top lane to defend while Arthas goes down?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, keeping Azmodan in the 4-man lets him stack, you know, way quicker. Alarak and Lieutenant Morales is the last 2 picks. I don't see much Morales lately, so this should be good.
I don't either, but to be fair, this is her best map because The big problem with Morales is that she doesn't really have a good escape, but the forts are so close to the point, she doesn't really have to walk back very much. It's like you have to engage her under towers because she just stands right there.
Last pick, second healer, Deckard. Yep.
Not surprising with who we had banned out. I said there were 5 top-tier heroes, and there's all 5 of them.
Yep.
Also, I am loving the StarCraft-focused draft coming on Durotan's couch. I'm a massive StarCraft person, if you don't know.
All right.
But
Not
we are
seeing
going
any last swaps here, so...
So it looks like we are ready to go into the game. That does mean that we don't have to sit with good posture anymore. They can't see us anymore.
Time to slouch.
I always remember whenever I watched like esports, occasionally they would come back to the casters and they're all like leaning forward. Oh, I shouldn't lean forward past my mic.
Right.
Super professional.
I absolutely find myself leaning forward during games and stuff, like especially when things get really intense. All of a sudden my face is like 3 inches from the screen and I'm like, okay, sit back, relax, we're all right.
So looking at the actual 4-man we're going to have, it's going to be Alarak pulling people in, Chromie making it harder for them to get back, and then Morales just keeping people left. I don't know if they have, I don't know if they have enough damage, because Chromie can do some, but it's kind of dependent on where they go. And Alarak can't control them that well, but we're in the game. Coming in on our blue side of the battlefield, we do have House of Chez. Caribou coming in on the Old Man Deckard Kane. Heels on Peel's going to be on May. The Dude is on Vala, and Flash on the Asmodan. Arthas, as expected, is up in the top lane.
10 seconds.
And on the side of Durotan's couch, we have Ektar on Lieutenant Morales, Ace on the Alarak, Captain Wedge on ETC, Afish on Chromie, and Wildcard on the Dahaka, who also, much like Chromie, is going to be able to, pull people in and Alarak and make them have a harder time leaving.
That is very true, although should not spend too much time in the 4-man.
No, but like I said, popping down for those early team fights, or quick team fights.
A lot of damage onto Flash already. Holy wow. Wedge also goes ahead and gets a little bit down, but Ektar goes ahead and turns on a healing beam. Top tier gameplay. Press a button.
Top tier healer play. Ooh. Silence going out on the Mei, but she's able to get, come out of the silence and get back into her ice block in time.
Oh, and we already have a pause? Unslouch, unslouch.
Camera's back on. Good posture again.
So we have several potato internets. I have to wonder, is potato internet a good thing in Ireland?
These are the questions we're going to ponder in the shower tonight.
This is the problem whenever you cast with me. I just, you know that thing in your brain that says, you know what, maybe that's not a good thing to say? I don't have that.
Don't have that filter switch.
I forget, I was reading something, and it actually had a line I absolutely loved. It said that the main character had never learned the value of the unspoken thought.
I like it.
Oh, they didn't make me a they didn't make me a ref, so I can't talk back to them.
Oh, we can't. We're just sitting here silent observers.
I do love that. So I don't know if you can see the overlay, but they can totally read everything that's being said. I just changed it so they can't see the minimap. Though, to be fair, I think everyone in both teams knows where all the other players are. So
yeah, at this point in the game, I think that's a safe assumption. Still waiting. I think we're waiting on Wedge and his Canadian internet.
So yep, Wedge did go in and fall back because he's like, I can't control my character, so I'll just push randomly towards my core.
Would explain why he took so much damage there. I was just about to comment on that. Say ETC taking a lot of damage there, but His internet decided to be a potato. That explains it easily.
I mean, to be fair, he is playing ETC, and you do have to tenderize meat before you cook it.
Also true. Also true.
He's just being
so
a
much
pal.
to consider here.
All right, it does look like we have readies coming out on both sides. I hope they're not waiting for me to say something because I can't.
There we go. Counting us back in. Excellent.
All right, we can slouch again.
Cameras off once more.
So up in the top lane, we do go ahead and have Wildcard slightly beating out Arthas, but not a lot. Arthas doing a dance party, though. That might be why he's not winning the damage race.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta dance, you know? Every once in a while, it's more important to win the dance contest than it is the lane soak.
You can dance if you wanna. You can leave your stats behind.
We see still no deaths yet, you know, no one took too much damage in the initial shenanigans. So we see Durotan's Couch stepping up onto the point at bot, but Mei sliding in to prevent that. She's really good on Braxis and just living forever on these points.
Oh yeah? We do go and have it being charged up. Also looking at the talents, we do have Creed of the Hunter on Valas, who did take that Gambit talent. Not really
Definitely
surprising. You do see that a lot on this map, just because, again, the retreat path is so good.
Yep, definitely kind of set yourself up to be a little bit of a target there, though. And anytime anyone sees a Gambit talent, you know, want to target those heroes for kills.
Yep, you get extra serotonin every time you kill a Gambit.
It just feels so good.
And it does look like Durotan Couch go ahead and get the first Zerg wave with nary a problem. And they are already bottom, which means they don't have to rotate. They can just push, push, push.
Yep, not too much challenge from House of Chez there, so Durotan's Couch, like I said, taking that very first Zerg wave, going to get some early push going.
I do think that one of the big problems is that Arthas doesn't become a real offlaner until level 7. At 7, he does get that every third basic attack, heal yourself, free.
Yeah, a little bit more sustainability. He's pushing. Yeah, unfortunately, Zerg top not doing much work. But they've got the wall down in bot lane here. Possibly, if they can get a kill on the Mei here, sticking around a little bit longer. But it does look like she's going to be able to slide on out. Low on mana though. Same with Azmodan.
So yep, they're able to push this back. There's only one Guardian still alive. But they're just having a hard time. We do go and have the dude coming back. Just go ahead and catch some sand to the face. I do feel like if Disney ever buys Heroes of the Storm and they start adding StarCraft characters, Chromie should do extra damage to Kylo. Or not Kylo, the episode 1 guy. That was a long reach for a joke.
It looks like both teams possibly starting to rotate towards camps. House of Chez picking up their siege camp. And yep, Durotan's Couch moving towards their bruisers. We see ETC kind of hanging out in a bush. Just chilling. Waiting to see if anyone steps into the camp probably.
Yep, but it does look like actually there's a push into the bottom fort coming out of House of Chez. They will most likely get most of this wall. Wedge is coming out right now. Just go ahead and boop. Vala in a lot of trouble actually. Does go ahead and roll out.
Yep, Durotan's Couch took House of Chez's wall, so they're saying, hey, we're going to take yours back in exchange.
You know what? Actually, with the wall down, it like frees up the chi. Here, check it out. I was going to imagine the teams are really good friends and are just helping each other out the whole time. Do go and have Deckard and Vala up at the top, clearing out this camp. Still an ongoing battle between Arthas and Wildcard.
A little bit of a spicy rotation there from Alarak, kind of going in without his team, but we see two more members of Durotan's Couch rotating up. All four, oh, they're coming in to take this fight. Ace barely making it out of there, but getting saved by the Morales beam.
Alarak is up to 107, but pretty low. We do go and have a root, and the boss is triggered, so poor Chromie is getting like shells to the side.
Took a lot of damage there. She was in some danger for a while. I saw her get stuck in the Deckard root at 1.2, but both teams still able to walk away from that.
And then they walk away. We do have ETC hanging out up top.
Probably waiting for Arthas to step up towards point. Maybe they're hoping they can get a quick kill here, but no, he's rotating back down to his team, it looks like.
Yep, went ahead and secured the top point. Level 7 has been achieved by Arthas, and so they may have been like, let's just go ahead and put ourselves into a good position. Although, surprisingly enough, Arthas did not take the talent I thought they would at level 7. Just get up to about 26% beacon progress. Nice rotation around, and now they're moving back down.
Yep, Durotan's Couch pushing in, trying to get some more damage on this bot fort here. They don't quite get the whole structure. They were pushed back out. ETC getting a stun off on May, and she gets moved back. The silence from Alarak preventing her from using her ice block, but it looks like she's going to manage to make it out of there.
That is interesting. Chat is asking if it's House of Chez or if it's French for House of Chez. Which obviously that is French for house.
I took German in school, so I am not an expert on this.
Le maison d'être. Oh, the dude almost gets taken out, but not quite. Wedge is very upset with his axe right now. Why didn't I get a pole arm? I could have gotten it.
Yeah, getting stuck in the slowing sands from Chromie, and then a silence, I think, from the Alarak. So definitely a scary moment there for Vala. And now Azmodan getting booped back and getting chunked quite a bit.
We are at 156 stacks on Annihilation and Gluttony. Alarak up to 113 Sadism.
And another full 100% Zerg wave for Durotan's Couch. This time pushing top, though.
Yep, it does look like the majority of the couchers are staying at the bottom.
Yeah, they're going to clear out the smaller Zerg wave from House of Chez, push in and guarantee themselves at least one structure with this objective, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say most likely going to lose top 2 to the Zerg wave. Especially if, yep, looks like the rest of the team is rotating up to join Dahaka.
See if they need to be careful. They are stepping forward just a little bit. Oh, this could be very bad for Peel and Peels. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that was Vala.
Nope, both teams walking away. And no, Zerg wave cleared out pretty quickly by House of Chez, so top fort still intact. Took down the wall, but fort itself still standing.
So we do go ahead and have Ace picking up this, are they Hellbats? They are, go me. I love how I announced myself as being a StarCraft fan. I'm like, what is the name of this unit?
I was gonna say, this is your area of expertise. I'm not as familiar with the StarCraft world. Getting both camps on the side of Durotan's Couch. Sending Dahaka bot, knowing that he can burrow up top at any point in time to join them.
So we do go ahead and have the... It does look like there's full 5-man going in. We do have Syndragosa comes out. There's a big ol' triangle come out. Dorito captures people. Wedge is going to go ahead and move back, but they are going in hard, but that means they're not stopping Dahaka down bottom. Though granted, there isn't as much to protect down bottom.
Chromie in a little bit of trouble again. Keeps getting stuck in all that CC, but able to be kept alive through her own block talent. I want to say ice block, but it's not an actual ice block. Whatever her own stasis talent is, and the healing beam from Morales.
Oh, I should know this, and I totally don't. Time out.
Sounds
Thankfully,
right.
it's the most recent talent, so I could just cheat.
Excellent work. May taking another chunk of damage there.
Yeah, that's
Paula
it's
as
interesting.
well.
May is named Peels on Peels, but is it really peeling? Is just tanking? They're not going for other people.
Ooh, Wedge sliding in.
Oh, somebody stand on the point.
Went for the Vala, didn't quite get it. Her health is still super low. Wedge getting stuck in the ice wall. Vala getting chased down, not going to make it out this time. Peels on peels, silenced and booped back. Almost dead themselves. ETC going in for that spicy mosh under fort from House of Chez.
Yep. It was very, very, very tragic, but the really, really well placed. Like, the rest of them could not quite get in there. And then ETC did have to cancel it and get the heck out. They finally go and get the top. That's the tragic. If they just gotten that fort right before that engage, I think they basically have the Zerg wave by now.
Yeah, wanted to take the opportunity for that team fight and stepped off the point, but I mean, I guess they did give it. The Vala did die in that round, so you know maybe some value there. Arthas taking back bottom point as we see the rest of Durotan's couch rotating down. Probably going to see another team fight here. May a little bit behind her teammates.
And actually, Tuna Breath, this map was picked by House of Chez.
A lot of damage coming out onto Chromie, stasising herself again, but unable to save herself. Ektar also a little bit out of position, stuck behind that else wall, is the ice wall, and is the second to fall.
So Ace looking very low, does go in and get sadism reset. The dude is chasing down, nope, Aspedan says, sorry dude, if this was League of Legends, dude would be so mad right now.
Yeah. Asmo just dunk, got the ETC kill. And now they're going for the boss play. I like this here. You know, they can have Arthas get that top point. Since Dahaka's the only one left alive, they can get boss and get themselves some additional pressure here to try and catch up on structures. They just need to watch. There's still one little lone siege camp pushing at their top fort.
Yep, it's just one Raven that's just hanging out here at the side.
Okay, Arthas is clearing that out. Top fort at about a third health now, though.
We are going to go have boss pushing in the bottom fort. They're trying to control both. Arthur's getting back onto this one. Chromie is all by herself. Never a place you want your Chromie to be.
Nope. Rotating down to join her team, which is going to give House of Chez channel time on these points, which is exactly what they needed. They're catching up quickly to Durotan's couch. Boss is cleared though, and bottom fort still intact, so still gonna have their fountain down there for this upcoming skirmish.
Peels on Peels does get slowed down by the Chromie. There is the ice wall, but does not actually catch anyone. We do have Cinder Ghost to come out. Nice, nice big old Decker sleep.
Massive sleep from Decker. That was really well done, but ETC sliding in and getting that mosh on top of the Chromie slowing sands. And then Vala getting time stopped in the bush there, but managing to stun and walk away with low health. As she's done so many times in this game.
With that ETC, I thought that this would be an easy cleanup for Durotan's couch. That is not what we're seeing.
No, Durotan's couch losing 4 members and ETC getting chased down, losing bottom fort in the process. ETC gonna make it out of there though, may not quite able to secure that kill, and House of Chez going for their bruiser camp, saying we want this and we can have it because half your team is still dead.
So yep, it looks like a lot of them will likely have to stay bottom because that is still a very hefty Zerg wave coming out on the side of Durotan's couch. But obviously, they're just now resetting, and so they're not going to be here to start with the defense. They're almost assuredly going to lose top fort as well.
Gonna lose top fort, and then they'll actually be slightly behind in structure. So, you know, tables have flipped here just a little bit in favor of House of Chez, and they still have a very healthy Zerg wave pushing. So, you know, definitely going to see some keep damage here in top lane as well, I think.
Almost as surely. Plus, while they're up here defending the top lane, the bottom lane does have that mercenary camp they picked up, just slowly pushing in, and we'll probably get some of the wall damage.
Yeah, so even though House of Chez was kind of on the back foot at the beginning of the game, but now we see them, you know, with one team fight, they kind of turned the tide here, got some momentum, and they're able to push in more onto Durotan's couch. Now they're up 16s, got that wall and a little bit of damage onto that top keep, and some damage onto bot wall as well. So that was a really good push and series of plays by them, for sure.
Yeah, I overestimated how much that mercenary camp was going to do because I forgot the, like, minion wave would not make it because there was a Zerg wave in the way.
Still got a little bit of damage. both teams opting to pick up camps. Try and get their lane, more pressure in the lanes again now that the Zerg waves are gone.
Yep, going to have to pay a little bit more attention to the top lane is Durotan's couch, because obviously there is occasional catapult pressure there and no answering catapults on their own side.
16s are online for both teams now, though, so we do see even talent tiers once again.
So we do go ahead and have the majority. ETC is interesting, where they're posted up here just, I guess, to see if they try and move in and get damage to this keep. But
just
does
there
not
to
look like
provide
that is their play.
No, and Morales was hanging out up there with ETC. So yeah, probably just there to provide vision for their team. And it looks like the House of Chez is rotating down onto Haka as a team here, but he burrows out. So they're just gonna clear up the wave down here. I don't know if he saw them coming or it was just a coincidence that he got out of there, but either way, smart play.
Yep, definitely was like, I have not seen them entirely too long, and they've seen me, so let me just not be here. Boss is up, but no one is down, so they shouldn't try this.
I don't know. It's looking to me like both teams are kind of posturing at top point. I think we're going to see another team fight here while both teams are still on even talent tiers, and this next objective phase is just coming up. Although Tahaka now in bot lane again, but I would assume has burrow up and can burrow into his team at any point.
The beacons are active once again. Control them before
Yep,
the
Burrow
enemy
is
does.
available.
So he's walking top to join his team. House of Chez backing off that top point for now, so neither side getting any channeling power just yet.
Yeah, this is always the scary part of the map, because death timers are long enough. If there's a decisive victory, you just get an entire Zerg wave before your enemies come back. Wedge was
Wedge
in, but
A little far forward there.
great ice wall catches two people.
Wedge still having to back out. You know, Morales keeping him alive for now, but took way too much damage to get off a mosh or anything, which is, I think, what Durotan's couch was hoping for.
Ace
taking
looking a
damage.
little bit. Does actually have Vala. That is her second death and another penalty, but a lot of damage. These Aspen and Orbs are just doing a lot, and Artanis does go out. We do have a mosh going in, but boop.
Wedge sliding in even deeper, really taking a lot of damage now. ETC and I think ETC and Morales both, yep, going down there. And, probably Chromie soon to follow, gonna stasis and delay the inevitable, but Chromie does fall too. Once again, Tahaka, the only one left alive on the side of Durotan's couch.
And that's largely because Dahaka just burrowed to safety in the middle of the fight. It was just like, nope.
I'm out, guys. See you later.
So this is the second. Durotan's couch owned this for a lot of the early part of the game, but it has definitely turned around. Last two fights have been fairly decisive wins for House of Chez.
They're going to have another full Zerg wave pushing this objective round.
Yep, along with the boss, as everyone can see.
I would definitely say we're going to see a keep down, on at the very least, on the side of Durotan's couch with this push. They're all going to be up for the defense. So they, they have a chance to try and defend under keep, even though they're not 20s, to make a play here. But they're going to have to be really careful about how they go about doing it.
Yeah, Ektar already a little bit out in the lead, but Haka does burrow down, does go ahead and consume some essence. Nom 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 nom.
The
There's more
Canadian
Canadian
internet strikes again.
Someone up here, just because I don't know how much everyone knows about positioning.
Yep.
So we do have this boss up in top lane. Boss has already lost about a... Wait, what? I just clicked on it. It says it has 13, 18 out of 48, or 38. I'm like, that's 1,000. But then I look at his health bar.
Doesn't look like any health down. Looks like a full healthy boss to me.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I was going to make a joke about how the boss has already taken 7 damage or something, but then I looked, I'm like, that doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah, it's definitely looking healthy, so it's gonna put some pressure on that top keep. We might see 2 keeps go down here, especially with the unfortunate Canadian internet.
All right, it looks like we are ready. Well, at the very least, Couch is ready.
ETC has returned.
So actually, this is very clever of them, because if you remember at the beginning of the game, there was a lot of damage done to Wedge, and then they paused, and when they came back, they became dominant for a second. So this is a tactical pause.
Tactical pause this time around. I like it. So bottom keep does fall to the Zerg wave, still over half, of a wave pushing in, threatening core damage. Unfortunately, ETC goes down again. So we see Syndragosa coming out here. Massive sleep from Deckard combined with the Syndragosa is going to secure some more kills here for House of Chez.
Yep, this looks like it's going to also secure the core, because that's a lot of Hydralisk just needle sticking away.
A lot of damage on the core. Yep, first game going over to House of Chez.
Yes, and the rest of both pauses were from DC due to, actually, to be fair, both pauses were from Canada.
The Canadian potato internet.
So, looking at the stats at the end of game 1, we do have very, very even healing numbers. Not that the healing number actually matters that much, but it's still a thing I like to look at. And I always look at healers first because I want them to like me.
This is an excellent strategy. I approve.
We do go and have Azmodan leading the damage race, Alarak doing Alarak things. Surprisingly enough, actually, Alarak out DPSing the Vala. I don't know how many stacks Vala got by the end. Did you happen to notice?
I did not, unfortunately. I know she did die twice though, so that affects the Gambit talent. She took it 1.
She actually died 3 times, it looks like. I don't remember the third, though.
Maybe probably the one right at the end there. But yeah, massive damage coming out from Azmodan as usual. I know he got some tweaks and changes, but still definitely super strong in the current meta.
In terms of soak, we do have Azmodan and Arthas both getting 16,000 soak. Dahaka, actually, to be fair, only like 500 points behind. So,
Dahaka doing Dahaka things.
Are there any talent pickups that particularly surprise you or are interesting? I asked to make time while I look for myself.
I am a healer for anyone who does not know, so I'm just skimming the heal talents here real quick because those are going to be the ones for me that are most familiar. Yep, a lot of the same talents I take for Deckard. I see Ruby getting picked up. Big Pots at 13. Morales is one I don't see as much, but yep, definitely went the extended channel beam at 16, which we talked about her being able to stand in range of her structures and just heal from there from safety, since she doesn't have an escape. So I definitely think that was the right pick there. But nothing really stands out to me in particular.
So yeah, Arthas is kind of a surprising offlane build. Usually, the level 1's pretty normal. Level 2 is okay. And there is one that actually makes him attack faster. He took one that makes the enemy team attack slower. But there's another one that makes him attack faster. And then combine that with a level 7 that you heal on every third attack is usually what I see offlaners go for. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, they won. So I probably shouldn't be too critical. But with that, we will be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. We have another game to go. And I just realized I didn't even put gambling up. I apologize. To be fair, it was Captain's fault. Captain distracted me with gift subs. I'm very, very easily distracted by shiny things.
Distracted by gifts.
Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2. As you can see up at the top of the screen, we do have House of Chez winning game number 1. This is... I actually didn't even look. Oh, wait 1 second. I will tell you whose map pick this is. It does look like Durotan's Couch has first pick, which means that House of Chez did go ahead and pick the map. Context clues, go me.
Excellent job, 10 out of 10.
So having to wait a little bit. I do wonder if they're going to get rid of anyone specific. Based on the last game, who would you get rid of if you were Durotan's Couch?
I would definitely take the Vala off the table here. She died a few times last game, but she still got a lot of damage in, and she is really strong on this map. She has really good immortal burn, and can really help follow up on those stuns if you're fighting under your own immortal. So that exactly right would have been my pick as well. I think that was the smart ban.
Fantastically done. Look at you, professional coach Born.
Professional silver coach. Yep, that's me.
Hey, you're a whole league ahead of me, so...
Ooh, Stukov banned out again. House of Chez really doesn't want to see that Stukov.
I don't blame them. Stukov, it's actually interesting. I always think of, Anduin as the ultimate don't let your combos happen. And then Stukov is the ultimate, I can heal okay, but I really just am oppressive to the other team.
You don't get to do anything because I'm going to throw a silence down and you just get to stand in it.
Rhaegar being the second ban out for Durotan's Couch. Are we going to have another ban on Brightwing? Are we actually going to a tank?
The Joe ban again, yeah. Yeah, Rhaegar and Joe still first pick material after the last round of changes. Although I don't think Joe got any changes this last patch. Just Rhaegar of the two. But still, both teams choosing to take them off the table.
This realm needs me.
Sorry, I was introducing my other co-caster to the viewers. Much to my cat's annoyance, it's like, what are you doing? I'm sleeping.
Aw. Durotan's Couch picking up Li Ming first, using their first pick for her.
Definitely, I would say the best mage of the available mages. I do think you can actually probably race a little bit faster with, Gul'dan, but he just requires so much healing because he keeps sacrificing his own health to get mana back.
And having to stand still and channel your abilities can be a little problematic with the immortal stuns.
We got the dude coming out with Greymane and then heals on Pleals. Not taking the May this time, actually going to Blaze. I wonder what's causing that.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Ooh, so Durotan's Couch saying we'll take that May instead. As well as Artanis.
Can I just say that is the most fabulous Artanis skin? It makes me really happy.
They've got a solid front line already on the side of Durotan's Couch. Artanis and May both really strong here on this map. And once again, another team picking up their healer. So I wonder if we're going to see more healer bans here. No Brightwing this game either.
Oh. Okay, commentate for a second. I just had someone ask to see something cool, so I have to go get it. I will be right back. I know this is one of those things I was not... People never redeem these during a cast, but oh well. This is your fault, Tuna.
Yeah. Alright, so final ban Lunara for Durotan's Couch. So not another healer, as I was thinking was going to happen. But still a little bit of a choke on the healers. 3 of them banned out, neither team having chosen one yet. So I'll be interested to see if we have the Deckard again, if we take another Morales. Raynor is still on the table. He has really good immortal burn here and would pair well with Morales on the side of Durotan's Couch. So Malfurion, though, instead of the Deckard and the ETC. Both of these teams have swapped tanks. So ETC now getting picked up for House of Chez and May for Durotan's Couch. So the Malfurion roots could pair well with Mosh from the ETC. I like that. And then the Greymane, jumping in to lock down those kills. Also provides really good immortal burn. I like that pick here as well. Tychus and Lucio getting picked up for Durotan's couch. I like the Tychus pick into Blaze and ETC. And the Lucio, he's another one that I don't see as much of as far as healers go. But could provide a lot of utility here with High Five, cleanse people out of Malfurion's roots, out of the ETC, Mosh, or if Blaze goes Combustion, out of Combustion. So just trying to protect as many of his teammates from the CC as possible.
Ooh, and Flash coming with Zul'jin. I'm back, by the way. So real quick before we lose the screen, back when I used to work at a plasma company, I left, and usually you just get like a card of everyone being like, hey, good luck, blah, 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 blah. When I left, actually, people like adored me so much. They just signed this shirt with all of this sort of like, hey, da-da-da-da-da. Look, I kept it forever.
Well, that's really sweet.
Born, if you're just completely confused, one of my channel redemptions is to show me something from your life. And that's why I'm doing that. You're probably like, what the heck is going on? I know I've never cast with you before, but I'm not used to this.
Getting all the surprises on our first cast.
I am actually remembering to do the bet.
Okay. So, whose draft do you like better here?
So I do think the race with both Li Ming and Artanis is better on the side of Durotan's couch. That Zul'jin is going to be a little oppressive, but the thing is, I imagine Mei is going to go for the blinding snowballs at level 1. So that's going to very, very much hamper him. So I do think overall, I think Durotan has the slightly better draft. That Greymane is a big, big problem though. So I can see it going either way, but I do have to slightly edge out for Durotan.
The battle begins in...
All right, and you know, ETC coming in prepared for all the CC on the side of House of Chez. I do really like their draft though. They have a lot of CC that'll layer and chain together well if they time it right. So, you know, and Greymane does provide good Immortal Burn and Zul'jin as well if he's not blinded. So I think this one could go either way.
We got a nice little dance party here in the middle.
Oh, it looks like we're going to see an offlane ETC.
Not
Offlane
super
ETC?
surprised. I do think Blaze struggles a lot into Artanis. We do gonna have a stun coming out on Lucio. There's a big old root. Ace is like, you know what? I can't move, but I still got the big freaking gun. What you gonna do about it? That's right, nothing.
Yeah, Tychus super strong in the current meta here, so not surprised to see him picked up. Wedge taking quite a bit of damage as well, getting a little chunked by the Zul'jin, so backing out and tapping.
We do have, to the surprise of absolutely no one. Oh my god! I was pre-saying that, expecting to see amateur opponent, but Wildcard goes for stacks?
Lots of surprises this game.
I'm so glad I didn't finish that statement. My next words were going to be, to the surprise of no one, we do see amateur opponent, which is good, because if he got on stacks, we'd have to flame him. And I'm like, wait, crap!
Wedge still getting chunked by the Zul'jin, you know, trying to go in for that kill, you know, Boop and Flash out of his team, but he was able to get away, and Wedge going in again, trying to get on Flash, because you're taking too much of my health, but Wedge does have Ice Block up, it looks like, so he's going to heal through some of that damage, but Durotan's couch having to back out as quite a few of them are pretty chunked.
So I do have to say I may have to restate which draft I like better, because I was kind of contingent on the race coming out of Artanis. Fun fact, do you know at what point Artanis gets same amount of damage from the stacking quest as he does for amateur opponent?
I'm not very familiar with Artanis' talents, so I can't answer this question. All
No
these
problem,
questions I can't
no problem.
answer.
So, more explanation this actually needs. Artanis has a skill at level 1 that causes his, like, where he dashes forward and punches people to do 150% damage, and since he hits twice, it's basically like triple damage. He didn't take that. Instead, he took one where every time he punches a hero, he does 0.1% extra damage, so every 10 hits increases damage by 1%. That's a very long way of saying he has to get to 400 stacks of that quest to get the same value against the Immortal.
Oh, thank you for doing that math for me, because I'm terrible at math.
Well, I used to be an Artanis main until my coach yelled at me enough and made me stop taking that talent.
Oh.
So I was getting very, very jealous. I'm like, I don't get to use that talent anymore. How come these people in the higher divisions get to use it? Oh my god, here I am talking about other stuff. Wedge is going to go down. Tygus goes down. That's a nice little double kill for House of Chez.
Yeah, set up really nicely by the Malfurion route. You know, unfortunately, Lucio doesn't have his high 5 yet, so he doesn't have a cleanse until then. So no way to really save his teammates from that route, unfortunately. And both teams moving up to the Immortal now.
We do, surprisingly enough, we have deep roots as opposed to Twilight Dream. I usually almost always see Twilight Dream coming out, but...
Oh, that is interesting. You know, the extra sleep after that root is, you know, a pretty strong talent, but... Ooh, Peels on Peels taking a lot of damage there. Almost got stuck in the Immortal stun. Durotan's Couch pushing in, trying to get another revenge kill here, but only managing to lock down the Grey main.
Here's Wildcard going to not race this Immortal because I'm going to stop talking about the level 1 talent, I promise. Probably not.
No promises made, actually. Just kidding.
Anyone that knows me knows that that's a very, very regular Rocket-ism that comes out. Like, okay, I'm going to stop this, probably not.
Also just pushing in, getting off another stun on Tychus. Ace taking quite a bit of damage, but then, like you said, turning around as Tychus with his giant gun and just dishing that damage right back. Blaze does go down. Flash looking really low as well. Wildcard getting stuck in the Malfurion route, but does walk away with health bar intact.
We do go to have that Immortal preparing. It's going to be going up to top lane, which means Artanis is already down below.
Yep, Artanis and ETC heading to that off lane to continue their dance. Immortal did go over to House of Chez, so they're going to be pushing in top lane, hoping to get a little bit of damage here. Probably going to see just the wall. First Immortal usually isn't that strong, and we can see already down to half health, you know, with the damage that Durotan's Couch can push out. So maybe not even getting a wall here.
So yeah, we do see kind of an early advantage coming out for House of Chez, which is very, very good because as we learned last game, the team that has an early advantage is not the team that wins. So that means we'll get a game 3 for sure. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, the logic checks out. Caster logic, I like it. Both teams kind of looking like they're posturing for this top camp, which we saw the Bruisers both picked up. Picked up for both teams earlier, but no one taking top or bot camp, I don't think. But they haven't actually stepped on it. Still just kind of hanging around in top lane.
I do like how both tanks are just in the smoke. Like, the teams are actually fighting and both of them are just like, nope, not yet.
You can't see us, you don't know we're here.
I do like how Wedge is specifically blinding the Zul'jin every time they can.
Yeah, the Zul'jin's definitely, been putting in work. That's, his strength. He's able to kind of hang back and chunk and do that damage. 18 stacks into his quest already.
Yep, we do go and have In the Rhythm. Tygus to take the Ding quest up to 22 stacks there. Production of Ire is up to 100 stacks already, which is very, very good.
In the Rhythm is my favorite Tychus talent, by the way. I'm here for the dings.
It's like you have your own little, person behind you clapping as you're playing.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta, it's like that response. You just gotta get the dings. Gotta get those quest stacks. It just feels so good. And both teams picking up level 10 before this, well, as this second phase is starting.
Yep, on the side of Durotan's couch, we will have Ice Wall, High Five, Laser Drill, Wave of Force, and Suppression Pulse.
We see Combustion coming out from the Blaze, diving in on 3 members of Durotan's couch, but in a little deep, away from his team and no follow-up, so unfortunately Blaze is the first one to go down. All members of Durotan's couch still standing and chasing down the members of House of Chez. Big silence from Malfurion, though, unfortunately does not prevent Greymane from dying as well, as all 5 members of Durotan's couch are able to walk away from that.
Yep, they are sending Artanis up there. And I do like the decision. Okay, they're licking the runes. They're not here right now. Go ahead and do damage while you can. They do send Mei down in order to kind of keep an eye on the bottom immortal. But it does look like that House of Chez is going to go ahead and say, look, let's just get our shaman camp.
Yeah, probably realizing, you know, not going to be able to win the race here, you know, after those death timers. So opting instead just to get that camp and the bot camp here, try and get a little bit of opposing pressure going in that lane against the immortal.
We go ahead and have it flying down. Big 4v4 action at the bottom. We do go ahead and have a continual battle between Mariners and Wildcard. Looks like the offlaners having their own eternal battle on this map.
There are 2 eternal battles here. Okay. Immortal pushing in, the shield already gone, but looking like it's going to get some structure damage here. There was a really nice ice wall from Mei coming out. Malfurion getting low, but able to just barely make it on out of there. Combustion from Blaze, but once again, not taking out any members of Durotan's couch, and Blaze getting low again.
To be fair, though, they committed a lot of resources. I think that Combustion may have gotten Durotan's couch to back off, because they did drop the Dragon Laser Drill after the ice wall. So I think their plan was to rush forward, and then they're like, oh, we actually took a lot of damage from that Combustion, let's not.
Yep, so bot structure did go down, but you know, that no more damage than that. Keep wall and keep her safe for the moment. So both teams rotating top, it looks like. Durotan's couch positioning a little aggressively, looking to maybe catch someone out on rotation there, but House of Chez choosing to rotate safely, not seeing the other team, and, you know, all 5 members still up and alive.
This is a dangerous situation because Artanis, well, actually Artanis, I don't know what Artanis is doing. He left and he came back and he left again.
Looks like he, yep, leaving again, heading back down to bot lane. ETC taking that top camp. Durotan's couch, probably knowing he's there, but maybe thinking they could send Artanis down to the bottom camp. Oh no, bottom camp isn't up yet, so not sure what that decision was about.
Yeah, they may just be like, we're slightly behind in experience. We can't all be up here. We need to take advantage of what we can. And they will get pretty much caught up in experience over that.
Mm-hmm. They will. Durotan's couch is going to have to clear this camp up, though, or risk losing their top fort. Because right now they're still slightly ahead in structures. So fort will stand. They cleared up that camp, and it looks like they're going to try and get a little bit of counter pressure going. You know, clearing that wave, allowing their wave to push into the top fort, while we see ETC bot clearing up the pressure the Tannis generated earlier when he was down there.
We do go ahead and have the Shaman camp being picked up by the side of Durotan's couch. The other one was already picked up and cleared out, so it will not be up for 50 minutes. 50 seconds? What can you imagine?
50 minutes. You get to use it once per game. That's it.
That's the Here's the Storm mobile game. Use gyms in order to make it cool down faster. I probably shouldn't say that. Bobby Kotick might be listening.
Big Brother's watching. Both teams just kind of posturing around the Immortals. A little bit of damage coming out, but no one actually going in for an engage just yet. Just kind of doing that dance.
Well, that is the thing. There's the ice wall coming in, and Durotan's couch does not have to move in with any real rapidity. They do have pressure in the bottom lane with the catapults, but there is the combustion. Combustion comes in and hits Wave and Apish. There's the Duke going in, but the Duke did not go in very long.
No, he was already pretty low health, but Zul'jin able to chunk the Mei. But Tychus gets the counter kill off on Blaze, so it's 2 for 2 right here. We see Taz Dingo being popped, so that's going to mean a lot of damage coming out from Zul'jin. Tychus trying to target him, but not quite able to get that kill as we see the Malfurion heals come out. So teams are even right now. It's a 3v3.
All right, we do have ETC is here, but the rest of the team isn't, so this is a little bit dangerous for Mariners.
Little sketchy, but doing that solo defense joined by Zul'jin and Malfurion though, so they're able to push back Durotan's couch. Apish taking a lot of damage.
Yep, everyone is back up. Mei and Artanis coming from one side. It does look like Greymane is stopping, and apparently the 50 minutes is over because we do go ahead and have the Shaman camp being picked up.
That was a fast 50 minutes, all right. Icewall coming out, maybe just a defensive type thing, but didn't catch anyone. And now that ult is down for another 50 seconds. Teams moving back to do their immortal damage. Mei going in looking to try and lock someone down. Does get Zul'jin.
Yep, big Mei or big leading combo after the freeze.
There's blind from Artanis, and we do see the high five coming out from Lucio. Both teams still standing. A couple of ults exchanged, but everything's going to be back up on the side of House of Chez. And Durotan's count is still down 16, so they've got to be. No, they don't. They just picked up their 16. So both teams now on equal volunteers.
Unfortunately, as you say that, you spoke it out of existence.
Yep. Cast a curse. Mei getting focused, able to pop her ice block and heal back up again. Ice Wall is back up and catches 2 members of House of Chez, including the Zul'jin. Getting targeted by Artanis is blinded, not gonna be able to do as much damage, but Artanis does go in, get rooted, and is the first to fall.
Once again, we do have the Taz Dingo coming out. Ektar in the backline trying to get the dude. Will get the, but they do end up, actually it's a 2 for 2 once again. Second time this has gone 2v2.
Really close game so far. Both of these teams, the back and forth here. I'm really enjoying this between their 2 drafts. House of Chez, I will say, had their bruiser camp, the shaman camp, is still going bot, and if Durotan's couch isn't careful, they might get a fort off of that.
It looks like they are deciding to just go ahead and finish that off, and then someone should go down here immediately because that fort is down.
It looks like we possibly okay, they were waiting for Artanis to respawn. He's going to go down, clear it off. Tychus going to heal up and move top with the rest of his team to push with the Immortal.
I've got to say, I'm very, very, very... I would not have had the gumption to actually stay in there. They didn't have a healer, and they were all at, half health. But it looks like it ended up working out. They did get the Immortal.
They did, and they're now going to put themselves, slightly ahead in structures here, although that Immortal is getting burned down pretty quickly. The shields are already gone, and it's down to half health. It gets the fort, but won't have much of an opportunity to do keep damage. So Durotan's couch slightly ahead here, but, not too much again. Both teams roughly even in XP, so this is a very evenly matched game still.
Oh, this is kind of scary. They're coming in right now. And there's
and
Wedge
Artanis
seeing
is
them.
hot. Durotan's couch able to secure that camp though, and all 4 of them, Lucio says, oh no, we should have speed boosted out of here. Trying to get them out, but Tychus a little bit separated, does get hit by the silence, but House of Chez not going on in, choosing to clear up that camp instead, so everybody walks away from that fight.
We are going to go ahead and have the bottom camp going in favor of Durotan's couch as well, and it looks like they are moving on to their shaman camp. So, painting as much of the map red as they can. That annoying enemy shaman camp going to taunt them.
Yep, keeping up the pressure in all of those lanes. Like I said, they're just slightly ahead on structure, so they're hoping to maintain that lead.
I'm a bit surprised every time I watch this, they always focus the summoner shaman before the 2 dogs. I've always been told the dogs do more damage, so kill them first. Because
And that's what I've heard too. I'm the same.
obviously he doesn't resummon them while he's being cleared initially.
Our eternal battle will soon be upon you.
Both teams heading top. Wedge sitting a little far forward. Maybe hoping to try and single someone out for a kill here. But neither team seems like they want to commit. Again, they're just kind of both dancing around here. The camp does get cleared up. A little bit of damage coming out on both sides, but you know, both of them choosing to rotate down for these immortals instead.
No escaping my justice.
So the race is on, but it's a race that they're actually taking the shaman camp, so the race isn't 100%. Wedge goes over here in order to make them uncomfortable.
Be warned, allies.
Yeah, Durotan's couch ending up slightly ahead on the race here, but picking up that shaman camp, House of Chez is able to put themselves back in the XP race. You know, they're only slightly behind now, so both teams going to hit 20 relatively at the same time. Both posturing around this immortal. Peels on Peels a little bit far out from their team.
Yep, it does look like they went down there in order to try and clear out this shaman. Although they didn't actually finish him off. There's a Mariner goes through, does get swapped back into the enemy team. A lot of damage coming through. Ektar moves forward, goes ahead, and the beef is for dinner. We do go to have Zuljin Ice Wall, but Peels on Peels moves forward in order to keep that from happening. There is the blind.
Yeah, a lot of damage on the side of Durotan's couch. They took a lot of damage, excuse me. That combustion coming out and able to kind of push the team off the rest of House of Chez. But, you know, since they did lose the ETC, that is allowing the team fight favor to go over into the side of Durotan's couch, and they're pushing onto their immortal pretty aggressively.
That shaman is at keep wall that they didn't actually finish off.
Did that last round too. They ignored that shaman camp, didn't quite respect the damage that it could do, and it cost them a structure. But getting a couple more kills here, putting themselves solidly ahead with their 20s in this race here. So, you know, that's a couple of long death timers here as they get this objective. You know, and their level 20s. So, yeah, I would say that's worth it for letting the shaman camp go for a little bit and get your keep wall, because they're going to have massive pressure and advantage here.
So, yep, it does look like Ektar is going to be coming back here for dog clearing duty.
Interesting choice, yeah, to send the Lucio back, but
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
All right, Lucy's going to leave. The structure did actually target the shaman, which is a bit lucky.
Keep's still going to take a little bit of damage, but they're most certainly going to do as much damage and definitely more with their immortal here. Shield's still up for the immortal, only just barely going down right about now. So this is definitely a confirmed keep, I would say. Both teams at level 20 now, though, so House of Chez is going to be able to defend under their core fairly safely, I would say.
Yep, we will have continual catapult pressure going across the bottom of the map. So both lanes are actually in favor of Durotan's couch in terms of the catapult presence.
And we do see them choosing to back out here rather than push with their immortal. He, you know, just gets through the shields on the core. You know, core is sitting at about 87% now. But Durotan's couch decides, you know, hey, this isn't worth it, you know, throwing under the core. We'll back out for now, get some camps, keep up the continuous pressure, and see what we can do next round.
Now it does look like top camp is being looked at by House of Chez.
Ooh, Durotan's couch with the aggressive rotation, looking to probably catch somebody out, and they
Do
get
get
the swap up on
Mariner?
ETC. Oh, that swap though. ETC took a lot of damage, but was able to slide on out of there. So no pick for Durotan's couch here. That was a really good rotation though on their part, and a really good try.
It was. The thing though, ETC did have to use his level 20 Bolt of the Storm. So that will not be up for a while. It's like 50 seconds.
70 seconds on Bolt of the Storm. Yes, it's going to be a while. But he does make it out of there, you know, so both teams are still at 5v5. Durotan's couch taking their shaman camp here as well. So after, you know, all these camps are off the map, both these teams are going to be forced to do
I
something.
will reach your position
But
shortly.
looks like Immortal Phase is spawning. House of Chez is going to take their shaman camp here. So be willing to bet you both teams are going to choose to duke it out over the Immortal.
Yep, the real question is going to be, will I actually kill the shaman camp off? The answer does seem to be yes. They're like, we see what happens here. We don't like it.
Your servants in hell will cower before
And as I
both
say that,
teams-
never mind.
Both teams ignoring each other and just going straight for a race. Yeah. Durotan's couch slightly ahead though. Looks like they're going to be winning at halftime here.
Oh, but just bloody barely? That's like a 500 point difference.
So two evenly matched teams here. The Furion Root coming out and not catching anyone. Durotan's couch choosing to aggress in on House of Chez, trying to get a kill here.
Also, I haven't brought it up in a while, but Artanis is at 250 stacks, which is not 400. So if he had taken the level 1, they would not be evenly trading.
All those Furion Root, that was like I think 3 or 4 members of the House of Chez. Blaze once again caught out away from the rest of his team, is the first to go down, which is going to give Durotan's couch an easy chance to finish off their Immortal.
Yep,
You know, they
wildcard
can leave.
moving over there.
Yeah, because really you can leave the rest of your team here to defend, even though House of Chez is ahead. Oh, ETC getting booped out of his mosh, though. Ektar taking a lot of damage and stopping his team. Now, Furion pulling out the silence. Li Mei getting stuck in the root, Lucio getting stuck in the root, getting really low, but able to zip on out of there. 2 down now on the side of House of Chez.
And it looks like maybe 3, as Mariner is going to make it out with like 88 hit points.
As a healer, that stressed me out right there. Whew. Wildcard still over there burning, but not quite at the level that House of Chez's Immortal is at. But they're, too many people down now, and Durotan's couch is able to defend. ETC trying to go in and get that last bit of damage off on the Immortal, but we do see the blinds being used on Artanis, and ETC has to slide on out of there before he can do anything too significant to their Immortal.
Yep, ended up taking it from 56 down to 48.
That was well played by Durotan's couch. They were able to zone House of Chez off of their Immortal while leaving Artanis to burn, securing themselves this final objective. But all the members of the House of Chez will be up for the defense, and they'll be able to fight under their keep.
I was gonna say, be careful. Don't call it the final objective. There can be more.
Should not say that. This most recent objective, I will correct myself.
the demon moves to the gates of heaven.
So we do go in at the Immortal moving in. The wall is already down, but one of the towers was still up, was delayed. We are out of ranged mode.
Shield is down, and House of Chez does have really good Immortal burn, so they have it down to almost half health at this point. Unfortunately, their keep is still going to fall here, so they're going to be left with no structures. And we see Ice Wall coming out from Mei, does not catch anyone, and Durotan's couch backing out once again, recognizing that they're not going to be able to do too much more push with their Immortal. We don't even get through the shields on core, so definitely going to be, if not another Immortal round, then at least another round of team fighting from both of these teams here.
Here's the big problem, is that the catapults were getting a little bit unmanageable in bottom lane with, 3 catapults versus 1. Top lane, there are no catapults coming on the side of House of Chez, so they're just going to continue. They're basically not able to leave either lane for any period of time.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep a really close eye on both of these lanes. They're not even opting for, trying to get bot camp, choosing instead to all rotate together to go top and clear out the camp that was just picked up by Durotan's couch. Rotating down onto their bruisers. I was just about to say, I'd be interested to see if Durotan's couch decided to rotate in and try and pick a fight here, but they took the safe option and decided just to go for their shaman camp instead. So both teams picking up their own camps and not deciding to fight over them.
So I have a completely irrelevant question.
Okay.
Tychus in the rhythm maxes out at 65,000 stacks.
Turn before long.
but Protector of Ire maxes out at 9,000. What is this Tychus favoritism coming from the Hot Step team?
You know, because 65,000 is an absolutely achievable number, you know. Tychus sitting, though, since we're going to call it out, at 116 stacks for in the rhythm, which is pretty good.
Yep. 282 coming out of the Artanis.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
Over halfway to 400.
Yep.
We see the danger pings coming out, both teams rotating into posture for their immortals.
I do like how pseudo-passive, we do have this coming out from Durotan's couch. They're like, you guys have to go deal with the lanes at some point. We don't have to go in. If you come into us, we can defend, but we can wait for one of you guys to leave.
Yeah, they definitely have the advantage here. So they, like you said, they don't have to push anything. They can just wait. You know, especially with the Mei pushing in, won't really get them too much here. So they can afford to play the long game. Artanis going in for a swap does not quite land it. So both teams just still hanging out here, doing the dance around their immortals.
A little bit of damage onto Mariners as they're trying to move forward. Dylan Peels goes ahead and leaves some flaming pitch underneath the immortal.
Durotan's couch has managed to get off a little bit of ranged poke on their immortal. I missed who it was. I would assume the Li Ming, but they are slightly ahead in this immortal race. Yeah, there goes the Li Ming. You see her throwing her orbs.
Yeah, that's the problem with Triumvirate at level 4. When Li Ming throws an orb, it's like if you get in the way, she'll just throw another one in like 2 seconds.
Finally seeing the teams going in for unkillable Tazingo popped on the side of Zul'jin. 2 members pretty quickly falling from Durotan's couch.
Yep, not really the engagement they wanted. Now they really, really have to be careful in the defense. 50 seconds until their front line is back.
Yes, that's right. Both of those kills were on their front line, so they're kind of in a little bit of a rough patch here. ETC going in, getting the mosh. Not too much follow-up damage, though. A-Fish getting a little stuck out, possibly in a bit of danger, and does eventually fall even with the shields. Ace looking dead as well. We do see Tychus going down too, as Lucio is left the only man standing for Durotan's couch. House of Chez able to go in and secure themselves this immortal. It looks like we haven't had halftime yet. Oh my goodness. Spent so much time dancing around, I couldn't remember if we had seen halftime yet or not, but their lanes are getting pushed in. You know, while all this was going on, catapult pressure is building in both lanes.
Yep, Zul'jin does go back to deal with that, while the rest of them go ahead and start beating up on Belial. Or Belith?
Lucio trying to do whatever damage he can do to the immortal bottom, taking away whatever bit of shields he can. But we are going to see House of Chez securing the immortal this time around.
I do feel like
Zul'jin's
Lucio
still
should
hanging
be able to
back,
do a
though.
lot of damage to the Angel, because, like, Devil or Rock and Roll is the Devil's instrument.
And I think too, yeah, Ektar has the Oni, the Devil Lucio skin going, so that should count for something, right?
That is something that we were so scared of for so long. That Blizzard would be like, okay, let's like give skins an in-game benefit. So we do have the Mortal going in. Already mostly out of shields.
Was able to go through that top fort pretty easily, though. We see the laser drill getting dropped here to help defend the keep wall falling pretty easily. The shields are now down, but it's still a full healthy immortal. And this late in the game, Durotan's couch is going to have to be really careful, because this, you know, is definitely going to be pushing in towards their core. We see Tychus, Blaze using combustion here, but taking a lot of damage and having to back out and heal up.
I mean, fair, Blaze and Tychus do look kind of similar. Big Space Marine guys.
That armor, yeah, it looks very similar, especially when you're this far zoomed out. ETC getting a big mosh, though, onto 3 members of Durotan's couch, and they fall. Mei and Li Ming are the only 2 left standing. Immortals doing damage, though, and the second game will go over as well into the favor of House of Chez.
Good grief. That is not how I expected this game to end, but This is why I don't write the script.
Durotan's couch definitely looked like they had the upper hand for most of that match. They had the momentum, but once again, it just takes like one team fight and it can turn the tide of the entire match.
So let me go ahead and see if I can get us set up with an interview. One moment.
Awesome.
Sorry for the delay here. All right, let's go ahead and jump into lobby number 2.
Okay.
It does look like we will be joined by Flash. Let me go ahead and get over to that scene. Very, very, very surprising end of that game, but very, very well played.
Mm-hmm. And we did see a ton of damage coming out from the Zul'jin there, topping the stats in all categories.
Oh, good grief. Didn't top healing.
Oh, excuse me, did not top healing. Welcome, Flash.
How's it going?
Greetings, greetings. Very, very, very great couple of games. Kind of a gimme question, but how are you guys feeling?
Feeling good. Those are good, 2 good games.
I've got to say it, and I'm sure I won't surprise you by saying this, but those games, both of them kind of looked like they were going to be going the other way, and then you just came back at the very end. So, what did you guys do in general in order to just kind of keep yourselves mentally in the game and not give up when it definitely looked like it could go the other way?
It's a bunch of, or how should I say it? It's mostly just saying, hey, stay calm, be patient, don't go nuts here. This isn't team deathmatch. Patience is going to win this game, and it won it in basically both games.
I definitely think it paid off for you guys because all it really took in each game was like one team fight to turn the tide. So you guys definitely, the patient strategy paid off for you. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, we knew at some point they were going to have to come in on us in that last game. At some point they were going to, be hungry for some immortal damage. So we had to stay patient, wait for somebody to come in. I went top or bottom to clean a lane, so that would hopefully bring them in a little bit more. And the patient game worked out great. And then Mariners ripped a sick mosh pit at the end. I'm sure we got that on camera, but that was ridiculous.
That was
I
was trying to. Oh, go ahead.
No, so that mosh I think definitely secured you guys the game.
That was if you heard our comms, it was like, all right, stay patient. Like, this Immortal's only half health. This might not win us the game, but it's going to get us close. So we just need either one pick or one move. And then as soon as I said that, Mariners is like, okay, and just slid in and moshed, and the rest is here I am talking to you.
Well, fantastic couple of games. Going back into game number 1, that was obviously the Braxis. How do you guys determine, because there was a lot of movement up and down that map, what do you guys do in order to try and determine who needs to go where, at what point you rotate, and how do you actually split your focus?
Usually for us, we get ourselves in a position where it's okay, like we're down a man, but we know we can rotate on them and just at least trade points and stall for a little bit until we get our momentum back. So once we recognize that we're down, we're pretty good at playing the stall game, so that way they don't get tons of value while we're waiting for 1 or 2 people to come back up.
I did notice that you guys picked the Dahaka very, very early, but other than a couple of escapes, I didn't really see Dahaka come down to help very much. So I was wondering why the early priority on him.
Well, that's why we won, because Dahaka was on the other team, and he didn't come down too much. No, Dahaka was not our pick. That was their pick. That's all right. But that was one of the reasons why we were able to at least get some momentum going, because Arthas was keeping him busy upstairs. So we were able to at least keep the Haka busy and maintain getting Vala stacks and Asmodan stacks down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that Asmo was nuts. By the end of the game, I would just be like, oh, okay, so Asmo's just casually doing half of the enemy team's hit points?
I was able to stack very easily, and it worked out really well. We usually do something else with that comp. I'm not going to say it over comms. But instead, we switched up the plan a little bit, and I said, hey, they're going to group up a lot with Alarak and ETC and Medic, so why don't I go Gluttony and get stacks a little bit faster, and that'll get us momentum a little bit faster, and it worked out great. And then Vala going Creed of the Hunter worked out great. So it was ugly in the beginning because they got the first 2 objectives uncontested, but we were able to stack up quickly, and once we started gaining momentum on them, it was easier to take the objective and win the game.
So am I understanding correctly that your strat was actually to aim for the late game on Braxis?
I was gonna say, this is such a snowbally map. Like, that would terrify me.
So, like I said before, we're pretty good in terms of keeping momentum on that map and keeping it so it's not super snowbally. I feel like most of the time when we play that map in NGS, we don't get it to a snowbally point. So we were confident that we were able to stall it out long enough. Especially with Mei tanking, which was phenomenal. And with Caribou's heals, like, we were able to just stall it out, get our stacks. The dude and I could stack no problem. Arthas was keeping Dahaka busy, even though he wasn't capturing the point. That's okay. At least he's keeping him busy. And it worked out from there.
So, do you have any other questions about Map 1, Born, or do you want to stop talking about Braxis?
Let's stop talking about Braxis.
I mean, that's always going to be my choice.
It was actually really funny because you guys picked Braxis completely unprompted by me. I'm like, Born is going to kill me.
I was promised there would be no Braxis this match.
Technically, my promise is we wouldn't discuss it.
Well, here we are.
For anyone that doesn't know, Braxis is the ongoing feud between Born and I, because I love the map, and she refuses to acknowledge that it exists.
It's sort of grown on me as this game has evolved. I used to hate it, and now I think it's once we figured out like a way that we can play that map that works for us, we like it a little bit better.
So, moving on to Battlefield of Eternity. So, you guys did actually get to pick both maps. Was there anything specific that made you go to these maps, or was it just we tend to be very good in general?
We've played Durotan's Couch a lot, between scrims and matches and everything, so we know them well. They're really great. But we wanted to make sure we pick something that they don't see us on a lot, so that was part of the reason for both of those map picks.
Certainly makes sense. In game number 2, you obviously went with the Zul'jin. I actually think you picked Zul'jin into Mei, which kind of surprised me a bit. What made you decide to go for that hero?
Well, Zul'jin W build is all spell damage, so blinds or no blinds, it doesn't make a difference because I'm going to just be throwing whirligigs at her all day.
I mean, and I definitely called that out at least, a few times in the early game before we really got the momentum, is just, being able to hang back and chunk the Mei and take that damage, really kind of kept her, if not on the back foot, then at least having to really pay attention to her health bar and how she was moving among the team and on the map. So I think that definitely had an impact early game even, and definitely into the late game.
Yeah, it really, once I was able to chunk her down a little bit, they went for an ice wall play, and actually sometimes they got it, which was terrifying. But once I was able to get Mei low enough, it was Mei's okay, I guess I have to use ice wall and try and make something happen here. And either it happened or it didn't. Not to discredit the other members of our team, because they also were playing the same game I was, trying to just sort of chunk them down, make sure keep Artanis at bay. ETC did a great job doing that. Peels on Peels, he's our new member. Shout out to him. He did a great job keeping the back line at bay as well.
So I do have to ask, one thing that really kind of struck me about game number 2 is that your offlaner took the main tank ult, and then your main tank took the offlaner ult? Because I don't usually see combustion from the main tank, or I usually see stage dive from the offlane etc. What kind of led to that?
We want to keep you guys on your toes.
Well, it definitely worked.
Acceptable answer.
So keep everybody guessing.
All right. Did you have any other questions about game number 2, Born?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Then the last question I always ask, before I turn it over to you for shoutouts, where's the name? Actually, 2 questions. Is it House of Chez or House of Chez?
It is House of Chez.
Fantastic. Chat was arguing with me. I started doubting myself. Where does the name House of Chez come from?
You got to be in the house to know where it comes from.
You can't name yourself a name and then be like it's a secret.
Chez is our buddy. I'll tell you that much.
All right, I'll allow it.
Gotta be a member of the secret club to know all the secrets.
I was gonna say I don't even know the hand sign.
And people are always welcome. This is not an exclusive club. There's no secret password.
So those are all the questions I had. I'll go ahead and turn it over to you for any shoutouts that you want to give.
Shout out to the whole team. The dude who played great. Caribou played great. We all played great. Peels on Peels. He's our new guy. Shout out to him. Did a great job. Mariners, even though he wasn't feeling good, he stuck it out. Did a great job. I love this team, man. I love these guys. Oh, shout out to Death of Icarus, who did not play tonight. Chez, who did not play tonight, who's the namesake of the team, obviously. And shout out to Death, who also did not play tonight.
Well, that sounds like super more. Shout out to Death, by the way. Death's my homie.
Yeah, he's my homeboy.
All right. Well, I won't keep you from the after party any longer. Again, fantastic series. I hope your heart has returned to a regular level.
It's actually just got there, and I apologize if whatever I said in the beginning didn't make any sense whatsoever, because I was trying to regather my thoughts after those games, and I was like, wait, what was the first map again? But anyway, thank you very much for casting. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. I assume Borns as well, but I won't speak for her.
Absolutely my pleasure. This is my first cast of the season, so I am super excited that it was such a great series.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And moving on to Born, if you want to let everyone know who you are, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
Oh gosh, I am BornToShine. You can find me over on Twitter at BornToShine with underscores around the undershine, and I'm also here on Twitch, but I don't really stream at the moment. I'm debating whether or not I should take up casting on my own instead of just being a leech and making everyone else do the work. So I am also BornToShine on Twitch with underscores in between each word. And that's about it for me.
Have you ever actually streamed?
I have not. I keep telling myself I'm going to, but I never actually go through all the steps to get everything set up and started.
Go ahead and let people find your channel very, very easily so that you can go in the first time and already have 8,000 viewers.
Oh, thank you.
As for me, I'm Raka. If you didn't know that, I question how you got here. You can find me right here. You can also find me over on Twitter at Iracaf2. Iracaf is spelled the exact same way it is on the channel, and there's a 2 after it. If you don't know where the 2 is, I don't know how to help you. As for that, you can find me here quite a bit. I do a obnoxious amount of casting. I also do a lot of playing, so if you look at the beginning of my stream title, if it says cast, I'm casting. If it says play, I'm playing a game. Difficult concepts, I know. And with that, we're going to actually go ahead and raid over to MFCEO, who is currently casting Can't Censorship versus Pre-Workout Power up in the Storm Division. Yep, thank you all for coming here. I appreciate it, and I will see you in some point.
Have a good night, everyone.